Hey! What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Child of Mecha live stream. I'm your host, Tim, the one and only Child of Mecha. And I sold the house! Hey! Sold the house. Let's go! Yes, sir. We sold the house, y'all. Yeah. Big time. Sold the house. Super happy about it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ha! So, that's a big step down, you guys. Like that, or I should say that's a big hurdle jumped and cleared and out of the way. Yes. Yes. Hey, and you guys coming over here from Zach's stream, tell Zach to fuck right off. He's impeding on my time. This is my scheduled time. He is in transgression mode right now. Tell him I said what's up. Anyway. So yeah. So as you can tell, we're shot out of a cannon tonight. So let's, we got a lot of stuff we're going to do tonight. Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. We're back to the regularly scheduled program. Yeah. Man, couldn't be happier. Couldn't be happier. Yes, sir. Friday, we start to actually look at houses, new places, me and Amber, with our realtor and everything. So, yeah, we narrowed it down to 5 options the other day. Really good ones. Really good ones. Most are actually single-family homes. Yeah. Like, I could potentially be a homeowner by myself. Yeah. Talk about it. Let's go. Oh, psyched about it. I'm psyched. Psyched. Anyway. So that's what we're gonna be doing on Friday. There's another one that has an open house on Saturday, and then one that hits the market officially on Sunday. So yeah, it's gonna be an awesome weekend. It's gonna be an awesome weekend. Who knows? I mean, maybe by this time next week, maybe I'll have a contract on a house. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, very happy about that. Yeah, just haha, big. Brandon, you can't read signs, can you? Brandon's over there on YouTube. He's like, sold the house? Come on, man. Yeah, we sold the house. We sold the house. We got good money for it too. Got good money for it. Got over asking price. Yeah. Over asking price. No inspection, as is. I don't know. I don't know. People are fucking desperate. What can I say? People want to move in. Although, the house does look immaculate right now. I'm not going to lie. I'm not one to brag. But I did a really good fucking job getting this place into shape. Yeah. Got real good work done in here. Yes. Yes. Anyway. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna do a lot tonight. A lot. So stay tuned. Do not miss this one. Okay? I've got a lot planned for this evening. Just saying. Okay? So, with that being said, I don't know if y'all noticed, I updated my Child of Mecha logo last week. I'm very happy about that. That actually will tie in branding wise to other things here in the near future. So you're going to have to stay tuned for all that. Yes. Kenneth, a lot of talking. No, not a lot of talking. Just a little bit of talking in the beginning and then getting into work. Yes. So, new logo, done and done. What else? Rami Bo, you're bring in lessons, bro. Yes. But we're gonna do some masking. We're gonna do some tape peeling, and I'm gonna show you. My airbrush is soaking in alcohol right now. We're going to put this together in a little bit. If you've never seen an airbrush, or you're inexperienced or new or want to get into airbrushing, you can see how an airbrush goes together. We're going to assemble it back and clean it and get it pristine, get it ready to roll on the spray booth, because we are back to our regularly scheduled program. Yes. So, very few parts. We still got a mask. I painted the entire bin o parts that were masked. There's a couple in here that need secondary colors. Those will go back on the bench later, and then we'll get the last of the parts masked at some point, or I should say I will. Yeah. So good stuff all around. So, let's get business out of the way. Yeah? Lido Wolf, God of Death. What a badass, right? What a badass. It's like GM Sniper 2. So good. Anyway, if you are interested in any of the tools and materials that we work with here on a nightly basis, man, go hit up the Amazon link below in the description. A lot of cool stuff in there. I do get a bit of a commission based on the stuff that you buy, but it does not increase the cost for you. It just goes to help out the stream. Yeah. Lots of cool stuff in there. Like I said, tools and materials, gear for photography and for streaming. If you want to get into that, lots of cool stuff in there. Add stuff in there all the time. There's some great books for inspiration that I highly recommend to everyone. I have most of them and I love them. And then also as well the new section, the storage solutions, where you can get one of these little guys right here, one of these little flip-top Sterilite deals. Love these. Love them. Anyway, go stock up on a bunch of shit in there. Yeah. If you want to rock one of these Lido Wolf shirts, man, go hit up the www.chowtomecha.com. Hit the store button up at the top. You will find this shirt and many more in there. This is from the Ace Pilot series. There's like 20 of them in that series that I have online, so go check that out. We have the Mecha Decal Insignia series shirts on there. Go check those out. And also you'll find hats and prints of my work, all sorts of fun stuff. So go load up on that stuff too. And then if you really want to show your support for what we do here, man, hit up the Chow to Mecha Patreon. We're going to start hitting that back very, very hard now that the big the big hurdle is done and out of the way. There's another big one, obviously, but we'll jump that hurdle when we come to it, right? But for now, until that time comes, we're back to our regularly scheduled program. Anyway, yeah, go check that out. And if you're interested in any kits, tools, paints, accessories, all that good stuff, Mecha Decals. Obviously, I don't have it on the sign tonight, but Sheet 4 is in production now, so FYI. Right down here, our good friends, USA Gundam Store, Adam and the Fine Crew will definitely have what you need, so go check them out. Anyway, with that being said, let's get to it. Yeah, we want to, let's do some paint or some tape peeling first. Yeah? Let's go camera 2. Boom. All right, cool. So, here is our bin o parts that are done painted. Yep. Painted these a little bit earlier this evening, and we're gonna rip into these and see what they look like. Yeah, Cool, cool, cool. Also, too, I almost forgot. I am in the process of going back through all the live streams and adding timestamps and chapters to every single one. So you'll be able to find stuff a lot easier. It'll be searchable. Obviously in the descriptions and everything. All you got to do is jump on the channel, type in your search criteria, and it should bring it right up with all, with the live streams and everything. So that'll make things a lot easier for you guys. Anyway, all right, let's get to it. Yeah, let's just dump this out and go. Now, there's some parts like this guy here that I actually just repainted. This was the darker gray, but I repainted it the lighter gray so I can mask off the internals here and kind of do a two-tone type of thing. So that'll come later, right? And then also too the legs here, the front shins and stuff like that. We're gonna add another color of gray to the top elements here. So we're gonna put these off to the side as well. And then also too the chest needs to be taped up. The skull obviously needs to be white, and then the camera lens here needs to be painted and all that good stuff. So we're also going to put that off to the side, but I think everything else is pretty much good to go in here. The front skirts, I actually had to paint the little inserts in here because when I looked at it again afterwards, it's going to be easier to paint these gray and then mask those and then paint the rest of it green. So those will come later as well. Anywho, okay, so we got all these parts that we can paint peel or tape peel this evening and kind of see what we have. Now, most of these obviously are somewhat simplistic parts, and that's okay. They're still gonna look good. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get the eyes on here right quick, and let's get the tweezers here. Now, what I really I'm interested in is these little pistons here. Let's see how these turned out, because I had to do a second coat of that light gray, and I think it was well worth it. Yeah, look at that. That's gonna look nice. That's gonna look nice. Because here we go. We've got the silver piston rod here, right? And I'm gonna have to drill that out to make room for this, because the tolerance in here is much lower now because of the paint primer and all that good stuff. But you kind of get the idea of what that might look like here in a little bit, right? I think that's going to look amazing. And that's going to be underneath of, kind of underneath this guy, connected to the foot and everything. I think it's going to look sweet. So, we'll drill that out later. It's obviously not a big deal right now, but that goes in the done bin. Done bin. I love it. I love it when the done bin shakes, because I've added parts to it. Yeah. Anyway. Right. Yep. That looks good too. Okay. Ooh. Colin's with us. Hang on, Colin. Wait right there. Where did it go? All right, hang on. I'll be back. package from Colin. I got a package from Colin, you guys. Here, just real quick, let's do a quick. I'm just gonna push these off to the side here, right? And let's see what we got. And I posted this yesterday. Yeah. But it's good stuff. Good stuff, yeah. So awesome sticker. Love it. Very, very cool. And then what's he got here for us? We got some angled scribing jigs again. Very good. I actually have these, Colin, but I think I'm missing one. I think you previously had added in 2 of the same side. So this is good. This is good stuff. Love it. And of course, obviously, if you don't know about the scribing jigs from HiCraig Studios, Mr. Colin, go and look up HiCraig on Instagram. You will find his store link to all these awesome guides and tools and stuff like that. Yeah. So we've got that. We've got a HiCraig sanding block here. Very, very cool. It's like it's so nice. I don't want to use it. You know what I mean? I don't. Oh, wait a minute. Those are 60 degree? Are they? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Well, I didn't notice that, Colin. Thank you so much, buddy. Shit. Okay, now do a 30 degree. And everybody will love you for life. 30, 45, 60. Done and done. Maybe even throw a 15 and like a 75 degree in there. Money. Money in the bank. Just saying. Just saying. Anyway. So these are the 60 degree angle scribing jigs that I didn't realize. So very cool stuff. Excellent. We've got the HiCraig sanding block that I think I'm actually just going to display. I feel bad even just like using this because it's so nice. We've got the bevel kit here with a 1, a 2, and a 3, I'm guessing, millimeter bevel. Yeah. So basically you cram your part into the here, and this little sanding block goes in here, and that creates that perfect bevel, right? So very cool. I can't wait to actually try these out. I can't try them out right now because I don't have any to try them out for. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But Colin, thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. But then pièce de résistance. The normal straight up scribing jigs now with 100% more Mecha Army Black. What? Hey! So yeah, and with the 0.5 millimeter scribing jig that I had suggested too. So yes, sir. These are going to come in very, very handy, especially that 0.5 millimeter. Oh, can you imagine just a half little millimeter scribe right around the edge of a piece, just as a small hint of paint, just outline that. So good, so good. So stupid excited about trying that out and everything. And then obviously Colin sent me a very sweet note as well. Thank you, Colin. Aww. Like that animated gif of that dude, right? So, very cool. Like I said, go hit up HiCraig Studios and get you some. All right? Quality tools from a great guy up in Canada. Nobody's perfect. But, oh, right here. HiCraig.storeenvy.com. That's the one that's where you want to go. All right? Go get you some. Well worth it, especially if you do scribing and everything like that. HiCraig.storeenvy.com. Get some. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So we're going to toss those off to the side. Let's get back to it. George says, why not ask for a 69 while you're at it? George, this is a kid's show. This is kid friendly. Watch the language. Anyway, I'm just saying the common angles would be great. I'm just saying. Anyway. All right. So, back at it. Let's do some more paint peeling, yeah? Let's get the camera zoomed back in here. Let's get these pistons done and peeled because those are small and I don't really feel like losing them. And fuck, where'd the third one go? Shit. Aw, crap. Did we already, okay, yeah, we peeled 2 of them. George's like, for fuck's sake. Hey. Alright. Good deal. Good deal there. Alright. So, that's looking really nice. I like it. Done bin. I should have a thingy on the stream deck. Like, almost like, you know, like Mecha Army, and like we have a question where it's just, where I can hit it and it's just like, done bin! Done bin! I'm going to fucking do that. You watch. You watch. I'm gonna do it. I swear. Maybe not this weekend. I'm gonna be busy. Just saying. Ooh. Uh-oh. What's that? Is that paint peel or is that crud from the tape? Ooh. I do not like the look of that. What is that? Okay. Whoo. That is just crud from the tape. It's coming right off. Okay. With a little fingernail help, that's actually, yeah. Alright. That scared the crap out of me. I'm like, what? What is this white speckle on here? But it's coming right off, so that's a good thing. There we go. Much, much better. Much better. Yeah. Alright. Done bin. Okay. Let's go with these, with the shoulders. The shoulder flaps here. The front and the back of the shoulders. Yeah. Julia says, and the one that says, Tiger Drill. Tiger Drill! Right? I remember the Tiger Drill. I haven't used the Tiger Drill in so long, though. We just haven't had the need for it in so long. You know what I mean? So, we'll get back to that. Don't you worry. We'll get back to that. Especially after this project. Yeah. Because like I said, this is a practice project. We're gonna get in some shit here. Once we get in a new place and the new studio and all of that. Yeah. We're gonna get into some shit. Definitely. Alright, so that was all the foo-foo tape. This is the money piece right here. Yeah? Fingers crossed. Oh, that's so sexy. Look at that. Oh, that taped up. That masked super well. Yeah. Who's your mama? Ew. Hey. Get a speckle on your schmeckle from Brandon. Oh my god. Jashawn F. What up, Rhea? Good to see you. She says, how long do you usually wait between painting and removing the masking tape? Actually, I painted this just before going live. So actually, I shouldn't say just before. It was probably about I think I finished up at about 9, a quarter after 9 East Coast time. So about 45 minutes before we went live, right? And I probably could have I probably could have peeled this off in 10-15 minutes, quite frankly. So yeah, I mean, since this is lacquer, it's, you know, Mr. Color. You can peel this tape off very, very quickly because it cures very quickly. Like I said, I've peeled tape off in 15 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. It cures very, very quickly. And you know, at that point, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Julio says you'll barely use it after this build. Shut up, Julio. I'll use it, and you'll like it. All right. Next up, let's see how this one looks. Hopefully it looks equally as nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at... Okay, so you guys can see this, right? This little white speck of whatever it is. Huh. Anyway. But there's that. That looks really good. Done bin. Cool. All right, 2 more. Speckle on the schmeckle. Ew. All right. Get that out of the way. And we'll do a little bit more. We'll do a little bit more tape peeling because I don't know. This is just. I think this is just really satisfying. One of the most satisfying parts in the process. Yes. Look at that. That is beautiful. Beautiful. And then think about once this is clear coated, panel lined, all that, and then you get some nice bright white Mecha decals on here. Done bin. Let's go. John Lynn says, "Hi Timmy, how goes it?" Frog, frog, frog. I am good, John Lynn. How are you? Sold the house. I'm very happy about that. Yes. And then we go and look at houses this weekend. And the houses that I lined up are super nice. And surprisingly... There we go. Surprisingly affordable. Honestly. So I couldn't be happier. Done bin. All right. Now, let's we're going to tackle the forearm pieces here real quick. So we got 2 thin pieces and then 2 of the pieces that have the part over top of that. So you'll see it. You'll remember. Trust me. You'll know it when you see it. John Lund says, shameless plug, buy Mecha Decals. And look at that. In one swoop, there's the part. Nice. Very, very nice. Done bin. All right. Let's get its twin done up here. Okay. It didn't come off in one peel. That's so satisfying. You could do like an ASMR or whatever it's called, just of peeling tape off of model parts. You know what I mean? Michael Dawson says, "I want my sheet 4." Dude, trust me, it is in production. Cartograph seems to be taking their sweet time, which with the world blowing up again, I can't necessarily badmouth him at this point. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so look at that. That looks really, really nice. You get some white decals on there. That'll look, it's just super sexy. Very good. Done bin. Let's go. All right, so here are the corresponding forearm parts, and we'll get these unwrapped. It's like unwrapping a Christmas present. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right. And there, and oh, so nice. So nice. Done bin. All right. Last of the forearm pieces here. I can't wait to get to decals. Decals are my favorite part. You know what I mean? Decals are my favorite part. Anywho, all right. Rip this right off of there. And last little piece here. Oh, yeah. See, kids, this is what painstaking masking is all about right here. Is getting a super stupid, crispy, dropped part. Super crispy paint separation there. You know? It's, yeah. So nice. So nice. John Lynn wants to know what shade of green that is. This is Mr. Color 340, John Lynn. It's the very last green in their current lineup. Anyway, their lineup that is available stateside, I should say. They've added some more since then, but I don't know if those colors are readily available in the States just yet. But this green is number 340, and it's super nice, super nice. All right, get that. Oh, that just came right off. Look at that. Hey, really good, really good. All right, now get this. Come on, there we go. Oh, yeah. Nice. Very, very nice. I love it. I love it. Done bin. Let's go. There seems to be a bit of a delay on my chat program with YouTube, because it looks like the chat program that I'm using is not catching all the comments. So I'm going to try to keep up with the comments over there on YouTube. Yeah. Hang on one second. Easy 8 Boys over there on YouTube. He says, yo, what up, dude? Michael Dawson says, yo, Julio, what you think of my whip pick? It sounds suggestive. Manny's over there. Manny! Hi, boo-boo. Manny with his little kid, brought his little kid to MosquitoCon. And the little shit hugged me, like, while I was waiting in line. Like, he like, ninja hugged me, too. Like, he came up, right? And mind you, the kid, I don't know how old the kid is. He's like, what, 6 years old? Something like that? 4? I don't know. He's little, right? I know. There's a short joke in there. Fuck all y'all for thinking it. But, little fucker just came up and he's just like, like, whoa, 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 whoa. Bad touch. Anyway, Manny's got a question for us.
We have a question.
He's 5. I knew it. I knew it. But Manny wants to know, how do you get your masking lines so clean? Dude, number one, use really, really good masking tape. Tamiya masking tape, yeah? Tamiya masking tape is the top in the hobby, hands down. Also, when you are cutting your masks and your tape and everything, use a nice plexiglass piece and a T-square ruler if you can find it, yeah? And also a brand new X-Acto blade. I would definitely say use X-Acto blades and not the good, like, not the good ones from, say, Olfa or anything else, right? X-Acto blades will do it, and they're much cheaper. You don't feel bad about, you know, swapping them out and everything. After that, make sure you burnish down the tape with some sticky tack. Now you can use blue tack. Mine is yellow. Doesn't matter. You know the deal. And then also too, for these really, really tight, you know, really, really tight shapes, just press that down with the edge very, very carefully with your tweezers. It comes out golden. It comes out golden, like you guys have been seeing. It comes out beautifully, right? So let's get this guy pulled up here. Oh, yes. That's sexy. That's sexy. Yeah, done been. Hey. Excuse me. Hoover says, I like the colors, bro. Some roughness in the paint. What? No, there's not. Shut up. He's, Manny says, yeah, he's 5. Hillier says, what PSI are you spraying? I usually spray like at about 18. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah. About 18. But yeah. This paint is fucking smooth. Anyway. Manny says, hi, I'm Chris Hansen. Yeah, right. Frankie's with us. What up, Frankie? He says, you and Manny's kid are the same height. See, I knew somebody would. I knew. Oh, Julio says, I'm not talking to you, Tim. Oh, shit. Well, then, what the fuck? You're killing me. Oh, you're talking to Michael Dawson. Okay. I missed it. I didn't see that. Sorry, y'all. Hey, it's cool. Y'all have your conversation. I'll be right here if you need me. Okay? We'll all wait. No big deal. We'll wait while you have your conversation. Oh, and by the way, you know, obviously while we're waiting for Julio and Michael to finish up. Ew. Anyway, Manny says I have a problem with micro edge overlapping. What do you mean, Manny? Micro edge overlapping. Like the paint, the different paint layers and stuff? Is that what you're talking about? Explain it to me. Explain it to me. Manny says, Merry Christmas! That's only on Mechanism. I don't have that queued up. I don't have that queued up on this, because that's only a Mechanism thing. But, yeah. Merry Christmas! It's like the sheep video. Double freedom! Oh, it's so good. So freaking good, all of it. It's so awesome. So, alright. And damn. That's just super nice. Super nice. Done been. Alright. Last one for the calf armor. And then we got one more that we're going to peel. And then we'll move on to the next thing. Yeah. So Manny says my tape tends to overlap by like a bee's dick. That's an official unit of measurement, by the way. Brought to you by the Ecuadorian government. Just saying. Anyway, on the piece I need to paint on. Okay, so... Okay, so one... Okay. I think I know which... I think I know where you're running into this, Manny. So, one thing that I always do is I always mask either up against raised features like this this bar here, or I mask on panel lines, right? If you mask up to the panel line, you're never gonna get that weird paint height difference, right? But if you do, if worst comes to worst, what then I would do is to clear coat it and do a nice kind of heavy wet coat on the last, the last bit, so everything equals out as much as possible. And then get you some 3000 grit wet sandpaper and very, very lightly sand that sand down those high points and everything. That clear coat obviously is going to help protect the paint underneath, right? And then you can always clear coat over top of that again to get the shine or the flatness or whatever back from where you sanded and everything. But make sure you're wet sanding. Make sure you're using a very, very high grit. That's key, right? Because you don't want the differences in height are so minimal, right? You don't necessarily want to bring everything down to the same height. You just want to knock off the edges and everything so it just blends together. That's the key, right? So by using, especially wet sanding with a high grit, you're just going to gradually blend everything together. And then that's really where everything's going to fall into place. That's where the magic's going to happen for you. So yeah, that's my suggestion. If you can't mask on a panel line itself, that's usually going to be the better prospect if you can do it, or up against a raised feature. That way you're never going to see those differences in height. But if you can't, say it's like a, I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there, say like a racing stripe or something like that on a car, right? Then the clear coat, sand it down, clear it again, everything will be super smooth. Come here, you. But, yeah, good question. Anyway. Alright. So, last of the calf pieces here. We're going to get this peeled, and then we've got just one part of the backpack, and then we'll move on to the next thingy. Yeah. Michael says, I just sent Tim a whip pick, Julio, so he doesn't have to feel left out anymore. Aww. I don't know. I love that animated gif of that dude. He's just like, aww. Alright. Last bit here. Let's see what this bad boy looks like. Yeah. Crispy. And then in here, we're going to insert later, obviously, not right now, we're going to put in some photo etch detail parts in here that I'm going to paint up. Maybe, I might just weather them. I might just keep them, a metal color and just weather them just to bring down the shine a little bit. I might do that instead. I don't know. Depends on how I feel. Anyway, this is the last piece that we're going to be paint or tape peeling tonight. This is just part of the backpack. And this is a pretty simple piece, so it should go fairly quickly here. All right. Oh, come on. This one I remember is there's a lot of little pieces and stuff because of the way that the paint applications are. And there we go. Yeah. Sweet. Okay. Very nice. Very, very nice. Real quick, I just wanna now I'm like, I don't know, I'm curious as to see what this is gonna look like here, and I may be playing with fire here, but and we won't pop these on completely. Oh, look at that little piece of stray masking tape there. Come on, buddy, get out of there. There we go. But there's the backpack, kind of just mocked up. Like I said, these parts are not pressed into place at all, but that is going to look really quite nice, really quite nice. And then we've got the red connectors right there. Yeah, that's gonna look great. It's gonna look great. So I'm pretty psyched about this. Yeah, we played with fire. Like Icarus, we flew too close to the sun. Come on. Come on. Okay. All right. We can do this. We can do this. No problem. It's kind of what I was afraid of. Ah, there we go. Booyah. All right. Done bin, done bin, done bin. Close the done bin. Easy peasy. All right, so with that being said, what time is it right now? 11:57. Sweet. Sweet. Julio says he stuffed it in there dry as shit. Yeah, you never want to go in dry. That's a bad thing. That's a really bad thing. Painful even. In some instances. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So, let's do this. Yeah, let's go ahead and put all of that stuff away. Let's put these parts in a bin, and we will put them off to the side just in case. We'll put these up here. I don't want any splash out of what we're about to do because I need to put the airbrush back together. Yeah. Sam L says step away for a second and come back to Tim saying never go in dry. Welcome back, Sam. Yeah, well, it is what it is, right? All right, so here we go. So here is my Iwata. This is the HP BCS Eclipse, and I've had this shit for damn near 20 years. This is 91% isopropyl alcohol that has been sitting in for about an hour now. So what we're going to do here is we're going to clean this a little bit and then reassemble it and kind of show you what I do and how I put this back together and how I clean the parts and all that jazz. Now, we're going to need some paper towels, which I have actually right over here on the side. And we're going to get zoomed out a little bit more there, just so you guys can see everything, right? Now, a couple of the other things that I use to clean my airbrush. I've got these little wire brushes here. And they range from, a fairly decent size. I think that's maybe 4 millimeters in diameter there, all the way down to about 1.5. which is great for the nozzle and other really, really small parts. Now, let me see. Hang on one second. Let me see if I have the other little brushes out here. Yes. Okay, cool. So, this is another thing that you can get from a lot of other stores. I got this from CVS here. In the States, this is just like a drugstore, convenience store type of thing. But these are called interdental brushes, right? And what they are, they're basically like toothpicks with a brush on the end. Yeah? So let's get you zoomed in so you can see the anatomy of this thing. Okay? So we're going to set the bin off to the side there. So basically, focus. Yeah. So basically what this is just a little rubberized handle here, and then you've got this really, really fine bristled brush here. Now, really what these are for is cleaning out shit between your teeth after you eat and everything, right? So this is the wire is super, super thin. This actually, I think if I remember correctly, we're going to find out here in a minute, will actually go into the tip of the nozzle on my airbrush. I use a 0.5 millimeter nozzle, so this, I believe, should fit. But these are very inexpensive. I think this was maybe like $5 for a pack of 32. And they come in different sizes, right? This one's ultra tight. So listen to Julio, don't go in dry. But they come in different sizes. I would get the smallest that you possibly can from your grocery store or whatever, convenience store, drugstore that you can get them at. These are very, very useful when cleaning an airbrush. So FYI. And they're much, much finer than these little wire brushes here. These are great utilitarian brushes, but compared to the interdental brushes, I mean, it's no contest. These are way, way thinner than the normal wire brushes. So yeah, it's definitely a very, very good investment to get some interdentals when you're cleaning your airbrush. So all that, and then last but not least, you need, this goes back to Julio about going in dry. You do need a lubricant for your airbrush. Just come on, get the jokes out of the way now, you fuckers. This is the Iwata's brand of airbrush lubricant. It is called Super Lube. You fucker. Come on, just let's get it. Go, go, go. Frankie, Julio, Manny, all of you, let's go. Michael, everybody, Sam, all of you. Go ahead, get it out of your systems. Let's go. Yep. There's Julio. He's the first one. He's the first one at it. Yep. I keep it wet, Tim. Sam out. Yep. Lube that shit up. Grindhard Customs. What I want. He says it's not spermicidal. There we go. Definitely, right? Don't use this outside of your airbrush. That's all I would say. But what does it taste like, though? Thank you, Julio. No, I'm not gonna do that. It probably tastes like shit. But anyways, this is having a lubricant will keep your trigger and everything working wonderfully. So keep that in mind. Yeah, outside of the suggestive name and fucking goobers in the chat, it is what it is. Anyway, all right. So let's get zoomed out here. Let's get cleaning and everything like that. Yeah. All right. So I like to get the needle done up first here. Now, one thing that a lot of people don't do, which I think is kind of a travesty. No matter what size needle that you have, you should definitely sand the needle. And what I mean by that is get, a very high grit sandpaper. This is 3000, right? And you can use water, you can use alcohol. It doesn't really matter. It's whatever. But and you don't have to do this all the time. Once a year at most, right? And the Sharpie's coming off the back of this. But just roll it in your fingers here and just wet sand this thing down. Now, I haven't done this in at least a year. And what this does is it just smooths this needle just incredibly, and the paint is going to be able to pass over this, and it's a quality of life thing, right? So that's all you got to do. Easy peasy. All right, put this on the drying the paper towel over here to dry, and let's get the foo-foo parts out of here. So we've got the nozzle cover here. And that seems to be pretty clean there. I'll just hit this right here with the interdental here, and then also with just a corner of the paper towel just to get that shining, right? And you can see that is shining bright. So we'll put that over there. The trigger, and you want to make sure this is nice and clean there. Put that off to the side. We'll get the body here in a minute. Needle housing and all that. The spring. The trigger. I don't know what you call this. The trigger mechanism or whatever. And then the tightening screw for the needle housing. All right, so the two things that we have left here are the main body and the nozzle, obviously, which are going to end up being the dirtiest parts of the entire airbrush. So let's get the outside of the nozzle cleaned off here, just with a little bit of paper towel. Good there. All right, so now this is where the interdental brushes come into play. Just get in there. You can dip the brush into the alcohol and just really kind of clean out all of the gunk. And I mean, look at that. That's all just, you can see that paint that just dropped in there. Kind of gross, actually. Let's get you guys zoomed in so you can see this a little bit better, right? All right, so and you just get that brush in there, you twist it around, get the alcohol just all in there, and I don't think this, no, that's, I'm not gonna risk bell ending that thing. It's not worth it at this point. All right, but that's nice and clean right there. And there you can see straight through. That nozzle is completely cleaned out. All right, so now we've got the main body. And I don't know if you can see in there, the last color I sprayed in here was red. So you can see a bit of that color in there still. So, since obviously this is a much larger diameter hole, we are going to use the wire brushes for this, right? Now, for the outside, I'm just going to go in with the largest diameter brush and just try to get as much out of there as I possibly can, right? Okay. All right, and that inner housing looks squeaky clean now. That's down to bare metal. Looking good. All right, so now, since that wire brush does not go all the way through, the inner cylinder here does taper down quite a bit. We're going to use the smallest one, and we're going to go all the way through this thing. Right out the back here. And we're just going to make sure that inner cylinder is just immaculate as possible, right? Two or three passes with the smallest needle brush here should be good. As long as you're not getting any paint residue off of the brush when you dip it back into the alcohol, then you know it's clean. It's completely clean. Yep, good deal. All right. And there, you can see all the way through again. Very good. Now, last thing I do is to check the siphon hose inlet here. Obviously, you're not going to do this if you have a gravity feed, but I just like to be on the safe side, and that right there is immaculate. All right, good deal. All right, so we're going to set the alcohol off to the side. Okay. Weird. Anyway, let's bring the paper towel back into camera view here. Zoom out just a wee bit. All right. So all of these parts have been drying on this paper towel for a few minutes. And alcohol evaporates really, really quickly. So these are all pristinely clean, dry, the whole 9 yards, right? These are good to go. So the way that this all goes together, we've got the needle housing here. The spring goes over top of that. The tightening screw goes over top of that, and then the nut goes on the very end that actually holds the needle into place. Then nozzle goes in there. Nozzle cover goes on top to hold that into place nice and securely. Finger tighten that, right? You don't need a wrench, even though this is flattened on all sides. So if you do kind of get this on there too tight, or if for some reason paint dries within this and locks it in, you can use a wrench and everything. And then obviously if you want to get rid of the shroud or even the whole cover, the knurled parts here, you can just screw that off. I don't ever remove it, but it is what it is. All right, so this is where it gets wet. Julio and Sam and Juan and all of you. So Super Lube I put that right down in here into the trigger mechanism where the trigger is housed. So pop the top and then right in there, little squeeze, And a little dab will do you. Okay? Little dab will do you. Get the little trigger backing there. And make sure your trigger is oriented in the right way. There's a little, on mine, there's a little cutout right here to, when you pull back, it doesn't hit the top of the airbrush body. So make sure that's oriented correctly. And for my airbrush, this is always the trickiest part, is getting the trigger. There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, so now put the trigger or the needle housing back in here, and that's going to apply pressure on the trigger assembly, right? Just like that. So now that spring is going to push that trigger back into place. All right, last but most important step is seating the needle. Okay, now I see a lot of people, especially beginners, either try to insert the needle way too far or not far enough, right? Now, a couple things with seating your needle in the airbrush itself. If the needle is seated too far in, it could get stuck in the nozzle, and you're not spraying anything at that point. There's not going to be anything coming out. If it's too far back, when you push down the trigger for just air, paint's going to come out. You don't want that either. You want, when you push that trigger down, you just want clean air coming out of this thing, okay? And then when you pull back the trigger, even just a little bit, that's when you want the paint to start flowing, all right? So, seating the needle is crucial, okay? So what I do is I make sure the tension nut back here is nice and loose, and that slides very easy into the airbrush because we've cleaned out the body and everything. So it's immaculate. It's super, super clean. Now, let's get you zoomed in all the way so you can kind of see what I mean here now. Maybe a little difficult because this is chrome and everything like that, but all right, so there's the needle. You can see it moving up and down. That's all the way in. You don't want that, right? You do not want that. So we're going to get it just a little soft from the absolute limit of the needle. Right now, this is the test. Pull it back, let it go. Pull it back. All right. If it's not getting caught up in the nozzle, and you can see the needle there going back and forth, that's seated properly. Once it's seated properly, make sure you got the good, make sure that tension nut is completely tightened up. And then, last but not least, you can put the back end of the body on. And there, that airbrush is 100% ready to be used. Ready to go. It's not hard. And no matter what airbrush you have, no matter whether it's gravity feed, siphon feed, side feed, whatever, you got a spray gun with a big old cup on it. You got an Iwata, you got a Badger, you got a Mr. Hobby Procon Boy or whatever. You got yourself a Harder Steenbeck, whatever. They all are generally the same engineering, right? This technology hasn't changed that much in a few hundred years since airbrushes, well, I should say about 100 years or so, since airbrushes were invented, right? So, this is good to go. This is ready to spray. I can hook this up to my compressor right now, pop in a jar of paint and spray, and it'll be perfect. perfect. And the cool thing is since we use isopropyl alcohol, everything is completely dried out except for the lube. Everything's dried out. The trigger assembly is incredibly smooth right now. And yeah, this is about as good as this airbrush is going to get right now. It's basically factory fresh. Yeah. So, there you go, guys. Simple stuff in terms of reassembling an airbrush. Easy peasy. Yeah? Hopefully that helps. I know, some guys out there are just getting into airbrushing, or they don't know exactly, what to expect when, they get an airbrush, and then they're just like, how do I take this apart? How do I put it back together? Like, what? So, hopefully this helps. That's ready to rock and roll. Cool. Good deal. All right. 11:21. We got about 40 minutes. Let's get some more masking done, shall we? Now, I'm not going to go back and read all the innuendo comments. Ain't happening. Although some of them are pretty funny. Not going to lie. Joe over there on YouTube, he says, I'm cleaning my airbrush right now. Hey, there we go. Juan, Mr. Grindhard Customs, can't have a drippy needle. It's a very good point. They have medicine for that, actually. Aerospace parts, Ty Furious, nice. Ay. All right. Anywho, let's get back to it. Yeah, let's get back to it. All right. So, cutting mat is all dry and everything, looking sweet. Got the plexi plate here. Got our bin o parts that we're gonna mask up. Let's get the eyes back on. And let's get to it, yeah? So, let's see. This part, the bottom of the foot there and there need to be painted, so we're going to put that off to the side. We're going to mask up the front skirts real quick first, because those are going to be super easy to do. And then we'll move on from there. Actually, the hand armor here is ready to be painted as well, and then we'll get to the other hand armor there in a second. Yeah. Caleb says, "Hey Mecha, how's progress going?" Better now. I sold the house, so things are moving along. Appreciate it, Caleb. Yeah. Sam L, too easy. Yeah, man. Everything, all of it, too easy. Need me a challenge. Anyway, so let's start with the front skirts first. Yeah. Again, we're just taping up these little gray inserts here. These two little guys there, and then the rest of it is just green. I mean, that's about as simple as you can get. Yeah. Rami Bro says, can you use Mr. Hobby thinner for lacquer paint? It depends, dude. You can use Mr. Leveling thinner for a lot of different paints. You can use it for Tamiya. You can use it on Gaia. The Anchoret paints that need a shit ton of thinning. You can use it on those. Most non-pre-thinned hobby solvent-based paints, lacquer, i.e., you can use those on. Now, there are obviously some paints that I would not use those on, like Mecha Color and water-based paints. It's not a good combination. It's going to gum up, and it's just going to be a mess. Tamiya, it works great on. He says, what about G-Paint? I believe so, as long as that's lacquer based, as long as it's, you know, a solvent based paint. I've never worked with that particular paint brand before. But I thought that was already pre-thinned though. I could be wrong. I don't know. But I was under the assumption that that was pre-thinned already. So I don't know. But I would assume so. If worst comes to worst, test it out. You know, get a little, extra little spray bottle or something like that, and mix just a small little portion, and do a spray out like on a spoon or a spare part or something like that. Yeah, take a look at it and see what happens. So yeah, experimentation in this hobby is a big part of it. Is a big part of it. So yeah. All right, to it. Got to do it. To it. All right, so we're gonna use this 6mm side here, yeah. And let's get some measurements here real quick. Shoot. That is about 2 millimeters. That the top flat part there. So we're gonna cut a couple 2 millimeter pieces here. Just like that. And then what we need to also do is to cut these in half, because obviously we're not going to need this entire 6 millimeter strip, because this insert here is not going to be 6 millimeters from top to bottom. It's just not going to be. So we will get these pieces of tape placed right in there. Okay, good deal. And these pieces are just a hair wide, but we can push the corners and everything down into the panel line, and it will be essentially perfect. Okay, good deal there. Now, we have 2 more down here. Since we cut these pieces in half, we're going to do the same thing to the other front skirt here. Okay. Just like that, and we'll get the other one placed ever so carefully. Nope, that migrated a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now we're gonna get our little sticky tack here. We're gonna need a little piece of this here just to get it pliable, workable, all that good stuff, right? And we're going to get this tape pressed in here properly. And these sticky tack is great because you just press that in there and it conforms to the shape of the piece, and it presses that tape right into all the crevices and everything, and you can see even the panel lines. Actually, you can't see it because it's zoomed out all the way. But focus there. You can see how it just pressed right into those panel lines, right? That's what we're looking for. That's exactly what we're looking for. Just like that. It's got the notch in there and everything. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. So, these two pieces here are looking pretty good. Now, we got to tape up the bottoms of these here. So we're going to cut a few more pieces of 2mm. We're going to layer this all around and get it done, get it out of our hair, and get it painted later. So we're going to cut these again in half because we need smaller pieces. So now I'm going to start this piece of tape right at the bottom here of this little insert piece and just run this right up the side. And then one more piece, and that should finish off the first insert here. Okay. All right. Press that tape right into the panel line. Get that pushed right in there. And then finish that whole thing off with the sticky tack. And you can see the indent again right through the tape. And that is going to look really, really nice and crisp once this is painted and the tape is peeled off. Make sure that's right there in the panel line. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Yes, sir. Oh, man. Yes, sir. All right, so we got about 28 minutes. Let's try and finish. Try to finish these pieces out here real quick. Do the same thing to this side. Just wrap that right up around like that. And one more piece should get this entire part masked off completely. Okay. Now I'm going to use my hobby knife just to push this down into the panel lines, just ever so carefully. Just like that. Alright, so that part is completely masked off. That's ready to paint. So, in the paint bin. Not the done bin, but the paint bin. Yeah. Blood Raven, what's going on, dude? He says, I see you're measuring your masking tape. Don't you like those easy cutting thingies? Easy cutting thingies like the mats and stuff? I'm not into it. I cut my own. I like this process, and it's, you know, it's what I'm used to. I've been doing this for years like this. So I have a definite system that that I do. And this works for me, you know. I have the plexiglass, and I have the circle cutter, and that covers, honestly, like 99% of the masking that I have to take care of on every single model. So yeah, you know, I'm if you don't, obviously, if somebody doesn't have this type of setup, then those easy masking thingies are a godsend. Those are great, and then I would definitely highly suggest those to anyone, you know, wanting to do, you know, very, very serious masking. But like I've said before, I know this has come up in conversation. I personally don't need them, but it doesn't mean that I don't recommend them. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Last few pieces on these front skirts, and then we can move on to the other hand armor here. Get that pressed in place. Yeah, see, it's just so good. It's such a good technique, pressing the tape down with the sticky tack. It just makes everything. It makes masking so much more accurate and cleaner, and makes your lines crisper and all of that. Okay. All right. Last little bit there. Fucking Bill. But yeah, I mean, Bill basically nailed it. Not gonna lie. There we go. All right. That gets in the paint bin as well. But Bill says, too long didn't read. He is saying he is old and stuck in his ways, but you newfangled youngins go for it. By the way, hi. What's up, Bill? You fucking jerk. So, yeah. Fun times. Bill, I already know you know, but yeah, I was telling everybody else at the beginning of the stream, sold the house, all that good stuff. We're going to look at places on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this weekend. And shit, hopefully by this time next week, I have an offer in on a house, and fingers crossed, under a contract. We'll see, right? We'll see. I hope it's that easy. Pretty sure it won't be, but fingers crossed, right? Fingers crossed. Bill, how you feeling, buddy? You feeling better? I know you were under the weather there for a while. So, yeah, hopefully you're back in it. He says, nice, I got your card and stickers this week. What? Hold up. When was that postmarked? Bill says, I am feeling better. Allergies and sinus flare up every now and then. Fair. Yeah, but I'm more interested in the card. When was that postmarked? Because that had to be like months ago. Because I remember sending those out months ago. Like, I'm really interested in this now. I know everybody else is like, this is fucking boring. But no, I'm interested in like, when was the card? Check the postmark on it, Bill. See when it was postmarked. Holy shit. No date on it. Motherfucker. I'm pretty sure I sent those out months ago. And you're just now getting it. Son of a bitch. Wow. So, number one, glad you got it. Thank you. Enjoy it. The stamp has no stamping on it at all. Figures. Number two, sorry it was late, but I know I sent it out months ago. Shit. That's insane. That's insane. Christ, dude. Fucking United States Postal Service. Especially down in Texas. Jesus Christ. Anyway. Michael Dawson. He's got a question for us.
We have a question.
Is that the first time we popped that button tonight? I think so. Anyway. Michael wants to know, what brand is your Blue Destiny kit? He says, I picked up a Super G Blue Destiny Unit 2 or 3. They the same brand? No. Mine is a B Club original resin conversion kit from back in the day. If you guys are not familiar with B Club, it was actually Bandai's division of they made resin kits and conversion kits, right? This was many moons ago. They made a 1/100 scale heavy arms, and they made a 1/100 scale Shenlong, I think, because the original 1/100 scale, the no grade 1/100 scale wing kits didn't have the heavy arms. No, it was the Altron. No, I take that back. It was the fucking Sandrock. It was Heavy Arms and Sandrock that they didn't make in 1/100 scale. Sorry. But B Club made both of those. They made a 1/100 scale Nightingale, 1/100 scale Hi-Nu, 144s of both of those. They made like a 1/550th New Zeal. Just all of the weird kits that everybody would really want in a mass-produced plastic kit. They made in resin back in the day, and that was their B Club division. The conversion kit that I got for the Blue Destiny is a B Club. It was an original cast. So, it wasn't like a recast or anything like that. And I got that on HobbyLink Japan. In I think like 2003, something like that. And it obviously it didn't look like anything like it does now, right? I scribed new panel lines. I added a lot of customization and stuff like that. So Michael or anybody out there, the Blue Destiny was just on the screen. If you want to see the original look of the Blue Destiny, go hit up childofmecha.com and look at the kind of the both before and after pictures, because that was the one that I refurbished back a couple years ago. And I had to strip it down to bare resin and plastic and everything, and just kind of go ham on that thing. But yeah, it's a B Club original. So yeah, good question. Charles Dodge. Oh, damn, I forgot about mine. It hasn't come in yet. Shit. Fucking United States Postal Service. Michael Dawson says he has, I have the 550th Dendrobium. There you go. See? There you go. But yeah, B Club was awesome because they also made the resin hands. They called them manipulators, but they were just resin hands. They also made resin weapons and stuff like that, like the MMP-80, the awesome little machine gun that the ground-based Zaku's used and stuff like that, and I know the Doms used that were on Earth and everything. It's a beautifully designed weapon. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those special ones. But they made a resin version of that in 1/100 scale because the only plastic version at that time came with, I want to say, the Zaku, the OG Zaku 1.0 Master Grade. I want to say that's the kit that it came with, but I can't be certain. But yeah, B Club was great back in the day. B Club was awesome. They made everything that people wanted that Bandai didn't want to make in plastic. So I remember they made a 144 Pixie Gundam. And for those of you that don't know about the Pixie Gundam, it's nothing special. It's just one of those designs that were just like, oh. But the name of it, you remember the name, Pixie Gundam. Hey, so is what it is. All right, let's tape this up. We got about 13 minutes. That should be plenty enough time, but we'll see. All right, let's measure this width here. That is 5 millimeter. All right, so we're gonna go spin this around to the 10 millimeter strip. We're gonna cut just a little under 5 mil. Okay, and just like the first hand armor that we taped into place, we are going to cut the tape directly on the piece itself. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm lining the top of the tape. I'm lining that with the top of the panel line here, or at least trying to. It's not exactly cooperating all that well. I think we got it now. Yeah, all right, that's good. It's good enough. Good enough. All right, so we're going to wrap this around. Get that all done up there. Get that all taped up and looking good. We're gonna come back and tape this the wrist and everything up. We're gonna get that taped up with tape and everything. We're gonna get the rest of the inner hand taped up as well. But before we start that, we need to cut the bevels into this tape, or I should say out of this tape. This is where a very sharp X-Acto blade comes in very, very handy. Okay. And there, you can see that first bevel is nice and cut in. Oh yeah, Tashi says, Pixie has twin Uzis, rarely used in Gundam, but neat. I do remember that now. That was one of the other kind of features that the Pixie had that made it kind of unique. Obviously, aside from the name. It's the Pixie Gundam, yay! But yeah, it had these two, like, little Uzi shaped weapons, and that was kind of the calling card. And it also had a heart on its shoulder. I remember that. Bill says just posted a pic on IG. Now, Bill, the note that came with it was the thank you note, right? For everything, like for the mini CNC and everything. That was the thank you note, right? Because if that was it, I sent that fucking months ago. Kills me. That just kills me inside. Now it's just like, now I'm like, okay, what else didn't get delivered or anything? Yeah, fuck USPS. God damn it. Can we please get a budget increase for USPS, please? God damn. Anyway, all right. So there's the two bevels cut into the tape there. That's looking really fine. Whatever. Acceptable. Fuck it. Pissed off that the card that Bill received like took months to deliver. Just. But it is what it is, right? It is what it is. All right. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to come back and just tape up the inner workings of the hand here so we can paint the armor back to the green color that we want, right? So, Spider2K2, Mr. James, he's with us over there on YouTube. He says, evening, Tim and everyone. What's going on, James? Just finishing up some masking here. Had an eventful night of other stuff on the stream, so highly suggest you go back and watch the beginning. Yeah. Yeah, right? Fucking Bill says, I mean, under Trump 45, they had half the sorting machines trashed with no replacements. Yeah, and they were perfectly good machines, too. I don't... Number one rule, no politics, no religion, ever on this stream. And I'm not getting political either. But motherfucker, what's the use? Why take down hundreds of thousands of dollars of a sorting machine that works perfectly? And here we are. Yes, here we are. Michael Dawson says bigger budget won't fix incompetence. While that's true, Michael, while that's true, United States Postal Service is definitely hindered by certain laws that that hinder its budgetary process. But I will agree with you. Money doesn't fix stupid. That's, yeah, 100% agree with you on that one. But a budgetary increase and a repeal of the laws hindering the budgetary concerns of the UPS would definitely be a step in the right direction. But that, again, is neither here nor there, because we're not fucking getting into that, are we? No. We're not getting into that. We're getting into masking. Good old masking. Outside of the stream and outside of the hobby, I'll spit about politics any day of the week, and I'll, I have my opinions and everything. But this is a hobby show, you guys. We're building models. We can put that shit aside and come together on our love of tiny robots, right? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Anywho. Alright, so back to taping the wrist off here. Since this is an irregular shape, it's not the easiest thing to tape off. So we're gonna have to do this in kind of in like stages. So, and it's not like gonna be super pretty either. It just is what it is. I'm not concerned about masking off the ball here or anything like that. That's not really a huge concern. But masking off most of the hand armor and everything like that and getting into these little crevices here, that's more of the concern at this point. It's in the grand scheme of things, it's not a huge deal because it's going to be hidden under layers of weapon and other stuff. So I'm not really going to be a huge stickler on it, but I know it's there, and that's ultimately what's going to count, right? Yeah. So let's get the little nooks and crannies done up here. Okay. That looks much better. Do the same thing to the other side here. Come on. Okay. Here's that. That is looking good. This part right here is going to be the most visible out of the internals and everything. So that's why I'm kind of putting these other pieces and just overlapping that and making it look a little bit better. Now, we'll cut a couple more like 2mm pieces here and just to pad that out and get all of these little surfaces covered and all that good stuff. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Let's see. We need more Gundam related things, period. I like that idea, Bill. I like where your head's at. Yes, sir, I agree. Easy 8 Boy says, we do need our own gun, damn it. Again, agreed. Bingo. Yeah. Bill says, especially in the form of that plastic crack we all love. Give me a 1/100 Toad Sritter, Dowas, and a Saikamu Rick Dom. The Toad's Ritter. I don't know how to pronounce it. That's a fucking cool GM design. It's like a GM on Xeon crack. I like it. It's kind of sexy. I'm not gonna lie. Come on. So at some point in masking, you're just gonna have to say fuck it, because sometimes the little nooks and crannies are just not gonna get masked off. But I think for the most part I got the proper surfaces masked off there. I think I should be good with that. Alright, one more little piece on behind here and I think we'll be done with the hand. Good there. All right, so I lied. One more piece right there, and then I think we should be done, and I can just rip that right off the dispenser here. And there we go. All right. So there we go. That hand wrist unit is done, ready for paint in the paint bin. Hey, 1202 word. Done, done, and done. Yes? Yes. Camera 1. Done, done, and done. All right, you guys. That'll do it for this Wednesday's episode of Child of Mecha Livestream. I'm your host, Tim, the one and only Child of Mecha. Sold my house. Good shit. All right. So, you guys, let's wrap it up. Yes? Yes. Okay. If you're interested in any of the tools and materials that we work with here on a nightly basis, check the Amazon link below in the description. I do get a bit of a commission based on the stuff that you buy, but it does not increase the cost for you. It just goes to help out the stream and everything. A lot of cool stuff in there. Like I said, tools and materials, books for inspiration, gear for streaming and photography, and also the storage solutions category in there as well. Go check that out. Go load up. A lot of cool stuff in there. I do add stuff in there quite a lot. Aside from that, if you want to cop one of these Lido Wolf God of Death shirts, which I highly recommend that you do because they're awesome, go hit up www.childofmecha.com, hit the store button up at the top. You will find this shirt and many more. This is part of the Ace Pilot series. Lots of other ones in there. I think there's like 22-ish, something like that. Yeah, go load up on these. And if you really want to show your support for Child of Mecha, go hit up the Child of Mecha Patreon. A lot of cool stuff going on over there. We're back to business as normal since we sold the house and everything. So you patrons should start seeing a lot more posts on there because I just haven't had time, unfortunately, with everything going on. And then last but not least, if you're interested in kits, tools, paints, models, accessories like Mecha Decals, Sheets 1, 2, and 3 are in stock and shipping now. Sheets 4 is in production. Go hit up our good friends right down here, USA Gundam Store. Adam and the fine folks down there will definitely have what you need. Aside from that, I'll be back here on Friday. I want to get some more painting and stuff done tonight, so I'm going to probably power through some more of these parts and stuff like that and paint a bunch more and all that good stuff. And I don't know I don't know what we're gonna do on Friday, but tune in and find out. Yeah, like John Lynn says, fuck around and find out. Yeah. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful evening. Have a great Thursday. I'll be back here on Friday after looking at houses, and I'll tell you all about how that went. Who knows? Okay. All right. Take care, you guys. Be safe out there, but most importantly, build something cool. All right. Bye.